Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a hook empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I feel a little better than I did when I first got up about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. It was early. I didn't sleep real good, and empaths or halt is very important. It's very important that to all of us, because we're all empathic. Most people just ignore it. First song out of the gate is overwhelming. Because I didn't sleep real good last night. And he wanted out. His stomach has been disrupted, so he's been getting up at like 1 o'clock to go outside. So I let him out, and there's sirens all. No, it was earlier than that. It was earlier than that. It was probably closer to midnight. So I let him out, and there's sirens everywhere, man. I live about a mile and a half from the capital of where that the tall gold man touts looking around at all of his land where money, gold, is far more important than the people down below. That's what I think of when I see that little gold man on top of the Capitol. Anyway, drove past it yesterday to see if there's anything to see. There's nothing ever to see, really. Not in the city. It's why I'm trying to get out. So this came inside, turned on the police scanner, and started listening. It was residual. They're cleaning up the streets, because it's past curfew, and a lot of kids got to go home. They're getting tired, got to get rested up for the next day. So, so I couldn't sleep for a while. I got upset. Then I did the worst thing I could do and got on social media. I wrote a post. This is what I wrote. Gotta find it. Listening to the police scanner. The police are all over the place. There are shots fired blocks from where I live. I gotta get me and Mom out of this city. I do. I'm glad she didn't wake up. She sleeps so sound, but if she would have woke up, she would have been very upset. And she would have been very upset because I was upset. And then I would have had to try not to be upset just so she wouldn't get upset. And, well, nobody needs to live that way. We're less than 2 miles from the Capitol. I wish you people would have listened to your kids long ago. Because now I gotta listen. About how hurt they are because you ignored them. That's what all stuff is about. When people speak out, it's hurt within them. Yeah, it's bullshit that happened to George. You know what? This ain't because of that. That was a spark that ignited a pain and a hurt in each individual about the injustice of not being heard or listened to or valued. Some deficit in them, and now they're speaking out. And this is just the vein that they freaking stuck the needle in to get to it. See? Because it's so stupid. And the police, by the way, on the police scanners, y'all sound like Barney Fife, man. Police are second to the lowest test scores in the military. And this has been, when I think about my theories, and then it's just, the evidence is just put in my face that, it's just, more evidence. Here's another evidence, okay? Here's another tracking a line of behavior, and then it leads them to an outcome. So, I know a lot of people that went into the military for one reason or another, all different kind of ages. And when I was in Greece, I saw what the Marines did. Because they're trained to. You go in, your ego, you're totally live in brute masculinity. You are a man, you got a swinging wiener, you frickin' are power, you conquer. That's what they're frickin' programmed to be told, And then they're unleashed and on havoc, and then they're brought back into society where the expectation of rules and regulations go, and they're with egos like theirs because that's what's needed to do what they do. They're like, fuck your rules and regulations, right? It's the mentality of what I'm talking about. the heart space, So I saw 500 Marines trash the freaking base in Crete with all their smells and vomit and piss everywhere because they got the liberty to get drunk and they freaking trash the base and stuff. I saw it, right? So years later, these Marines, they go out into different parts of the world. And maybe not you just but anyone that's ever deployed, they go do the action, right, and then they go back in, and then they try and integrate themselves into society, And there is this one scumbag. He freaking bought a bar. I worked in a building downtown in Omaha, Nebraska. So on lunch, I'm always walking. I was always on my lunch breaks. I was always walking downtown or taking a nap in my car, meditating, just trying to clear my field because I'd freaking lived in. It was just bullshit all the time. Anyway, so I liked downtown Omaha a lot, and then they just always started changing it, and then I started seeing how things were, and then I was, and I worked right across the street from the state of Nebraska building, and I saw freaking dummies freaking all day long walking into their building with their covered trays of food, freaking watching the aluminum foil blow off, and they didn't even try to get it, because someone else will pick it up, and just people don't think about, they're just sheep. They just, they're programmed to do their little basic things, and anything outside that, man, that's initiative, and that ain't a program that is established anymore. So this one, we had two floors, but during the economic downslots of big business, I worked for G4S, a huge security company. Like at the time, it was the third largest company in the world, employee-wise. So I was their IT department, part of their IT department, and so they downsized, and we were on the 11th and 13th floor. Well, there was flooding on the one floor, so, and they downsized, so they moved everybody up onto the 13th floor, and then so that we had an empty floor where I'd go down there and just look at stuff, because we still had storage and IT. So I'd go down there, use the bathroom, empty, and then look at stuff. And like at the peripheral, because it was an all glass building, and I had a 360 view of Omaha. It was pretty sweet setup for me, And so I'd look, and then there were different floors that were empty, and then I found I could get access to those, dude. I would just go and look at stuff, just collect data. Okay, Benny, stop kicking. And so across the street, one direction, and is oddly enough, it was in the same building where freaking there's a bar called the Hive. That place, man, just creeped me out. Just had a bad vibe. And the dude, I heard freaking inklings about the dude that owned the place. I don't know the kid's name. And he started out in the Marines, infantry. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I look at his Facebook page yesterday, I look at, and I'm like, what a scumbag, ponytail, man bun. These are my Akashic record tells. And so people don't need to get offended if the things that tell me about people aren't in line with the things that tell them about people, because we ain't the same. I mean, we all connected, but we ain't the same. Okay? See, people got to take that into allowance. And you ain't always going to listen to freaking, I ain't going to agree with everything that anybody I hear listens to, but sometimes it's worth to listen to. So dude had man bun, freaking beard doesn't grow in. It's just like, dude, why would you bother? Total poser, right? Freaking goes out in front of his bar a couple nights ago with waving his gun, because everybody's got a right. Everybody's got a right to bear your arms. This is the arms I bear. These are the arms I bear. But this fool goes out waving his gun with a freaking, probably in the vibration, got his mindset in the vibration, all these people around, freaked out, raises his adrenaline just like he was in wartime, freaking some kid, he freaking ends up shooting the kid twice in the neck and killing the kid. I wish I knew the kid's name. That kid, damn it, Gwen. I can find the kid's name. It's worth it. It is... Here he is. This is what was written by someone I know that had a close personal account. I see a grown man business owner outside stepping a grown man slash business owner outside stepping from a curb onto the sidewalk, directly and intentionally obscuring a kid's path. He got in the kid's face. He got in the kid's face. Brazenly raising his arms in an attempt to antagonize the kid, also while showing he is armed, continuing to block the kid from passing by. Before there was a scuffle and shots fired. At no point did the business or the man look to be in any danger prior to his attempt to provoke the kid around him, nor did he look as though he felt he was in danger. And now a 20-year-old kid, another one, there's a bigger picture here, folks. There's a much bigger picture, and that's what people are figuring out. Hurt people, okay? You can't demonize people that are freaking pissed. You can't. You gotta get them at the point before they freaking combust, before the negative in them reaches an unprecedented opposite end of the spectrum than the positive in them, and then they flip. There's just something that happens, and people flip, and they lose their shit, man. They lose their script. That's why good people do bad things. They can't, it's also too much. They can't handle it anymore. Everybody's finding their divine feminine. That's the story that I just listened to. I posted it on my Facebook page. Oh, I didn't find the kid's name. It was right there. James Skurlock, 22 years old. Just walking down the street on a sidewalk. And that bar is in the same law office building that Prickett's had in Omaha. Yeah, because he used to park across the street. That I knew where his parking spot was because the girl that worked in the diner said that he told me that, and I always looked because I was always gonna frickin' go hug a loogie on his frickin' windshield just because he's a prick, man. All these opportunists, frickin' money, they're soulless. It's because they denied their feminine, because they look at femininity as weakness. And they denied it. So they're overcompensating in their masculinity, these men in positions of power. And the women are doing it too because they're overcompensating in their masculinity too. And they're denying, because I know I did it. I denied my femininity for years. I was imbalanced. I thought it was weak. I thought cowards were because because I got raped when I was a baby and this, and stuff like that. So, but I always fought back. But I always saw women like my mom who never fought back because she's Native American. They're just told to keep your mouth quiet. And, well, I got other parts of me that are too loud. I'm the drum playing native, I'm the no fucking hear me roar native. I am Thunderfoot. I am Heyoka. I ain't quiet about nothing. So, I didn't take that trajectory. And because of all the masculine in me, because of my past life and my incarnations, that's what I'm here to do, is to become in alignment with my soft side, my sensitive side, become in balance with my feminine, in conjunction with my masculine, to create a divine union with myself, to make me, that's when my light goes on, then my same flame says, sees my beacon of light, and it's like, oh, hey, let's create together. Let's spark together. The positive and negative in me matches the positive and negative in you, and let's create some lovely things in this world. Because not everybody has to make babies. They don't. Just an idea that adds to the raising of the consciousness and vibration of the collective, So everybody has their different story, and not everybody has to be romantically connected. When I was in the Air Force and I was mad, Marge, I was homophobic homo. That's one of the reasons why I made my straight people like rainbows too kind of thing. It's kind of snarky little, You know, you can't take it all. Ain't nobody get the rainbow. You know, you gotta share that shit. Nobody gets the rainbow. That's for everybody. So stingy. so uh but I didn't, because I hated the feminine in me because I looked at it as weakness and stuff. But that's not, that feminine isn't weak. Feminine, and what I come to find out, is all the tenacity and perseverance and all the freaking, dude, oh, a mama bear protecting her cub is fucking way scarier than any father of any species I've ever known of. Seen their behavior of. As a matter of fact, in a lot of species, like tiger species, if the kid ain't the right vibe, the dad'll eat it. Yeah, that's human nature, you know. So and people got to realize we're just animals. So oftentimes, I mean, I didn't smell right to my dad, I guess, because I wasn't welcome into the tribe, you know. So and I'm just a storyline that is just like so many other. But people are coming into their balance, and they're in what happens when you come into your balance is like it like activates your DNA, and then you just want better. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing news where we're taking knee. Saturn's in Capricorn, taking knee. Saturn's in Capricorn. Law, justice, people are taking a knee. Pause. What do they have you do in church? Take a knee. Get down. Get quiet. Get in a thoughtful mental place. You know, just because, you know, why do you hate these people that people hate? Oh, because they're just doing what they're told. So that storyline of the I was just doing, or the I'm just doing my job squad, that ain't gonna fly no more, you know. And I'm seeing, you know, constables on patrols, cops, they're taking a knee. People are just pausing, you know. They're like, hey, your fight is my fight. We're in alignment. We're coming in congruency, you know. We're gonna see this eruption of more people freaking pissed and hurt that just haven't been hurt. You know, that's what this is. You don't get, your mom and dad don't listen to you at home. You know, these are the kids I'm seeing in the street. And they're kids of all ages. They could be 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You know, mom and dad didn't listen to me at home. And these are hurts that people still haven't rectified after all these years. I'm seeing these like white dudes, you know, bowing down, forgive us, you know, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. People are making a conscious amends to live a life different. And that is all the teachings I've read about in a really big book. For years, these things click, man. Carl Jung, he had a big hand in that, in the freaking architecture of that. And so I align more in the heart space of that, because once people get involved, they put their egos into it and they twist things and contort things, and things get out of hand. It's like the telephone game, you know. Happy anniversary, Barb. Right on. That's really cool. You know, celebrating life every day that you get up and you don't have to live in the same day. I celebrate every day. I don't have to get up. I still get mad, and I got to be careful about it. You know, and I want to help people. I've been watching Mr. In Between. He has to go to anger management, and I'm like, dude, if I was a dude, I would be like, I'm like him, you know. And you got to see a part of his vulnerable side when he was a little kid, you know. You got freaking people talk shit about you at home. They talk shit about you at school. It's like, you know, you grow up, they talk shit about you. It's just like, it's because they're getting shit talked to them. I tried to not perpetuate that. I tried to make people feel better about themselves, and I'm pretty sure it makes me feel good, because I'm pretty sure if people went and asked and looked into my history of people I've known in like elementary school, I'm getting a headache. And elementary school, and they say things like, Marge always had a really big heart. Marge always stuck up for people. Marge always stuck up for the underdog. One guy, I was his first friend. I was the first person that was like, hey dude, welcome. where are you from? You know, asked about them, because I always like talking to people that were from other places, because then they could tell me of other ways how people lived. Because I knew your spirit knows that there's other ways to live. You just got to find out the ways to live that are right for you. Good thing I ain't too concerned about the production of all this stuff, you know. I'm just a fool anyway. I don't mind crying and showing my softer side, because I've reconciled with my feminine side, you know, and I'm not mad about it. Yeah, I used to be freaking a homophobic homo. I didn't like being around gay people, because I just saw all the parts of them as like, oh, I'm different. Oh, I'm different. Oh, I'm special. Oh, I'm still, you know, the martyr part of it. But I had to reconcile stuff from it. Now, I got no beef with nobody. And whenever I got beef with somebody, I got to stop and look. What is your beef with you, Marge? Where do you need attention? Where do you need a hug, Marge? What feeling needs to be calibrated, Marge? That's what's supposed to happen when you get older. You're supposed to come into more of knowing yourself. You're not supposed to cover up your emotions and your feelings with alcohol and drugs. And I fucking hate big pharma, man. I do not like big pills. I do not like pills. I do not like all of the things that the pills have done, because it's dumbed down people's senses, and it's done it in a worse way than fucking. Anyway, I gotta stay focused, because Mom's gonna be getting up and around soon. Masculine need to. Okay, what did I write? Masculine need too much attention. Might is right. Abuse of power. Hurt people. Hurt people. And that's what I think I pretty much covered that, what I was talking about. And that's what we're seeing. You know, the people that are lashing out, man, they're the ones that need a hug. They really are, man. And it doesn't matter if you think that their reason why that they're hurt is significant or not. Hurt is a common denominator. There's key points. You know, we all have the same feelings and the same emotions. And if you're coming across people that don't have feelings and emotions, well, they just don't have them. They're psychopaths. They're narcissists. I think I need to come up with another word. They're just void of spirit. It's just their life experience. They're getting their experience and their path of their like operating system, their psyche, just like the rest of us. Some people are in just different parts of the path at different times, is all. Yeah. So people are kind of coming more onto the same path. That's what I see is what consciousness is like. The more things are looking at, or the more people are looking at one thing. I'm just trying to focus on an earth where the beginning of the year, this next year, that's what I'm seeing. That's the pride. The little on the. They used to have gold rings on carousels. I don't know. I never liked carousels. I thought you were just looking at the same thing over and over. I'd rather go look at the motor and watch it and how it works. But they used to have golden rings, and you'd go around and grab it. But I don't know. That's what I'm looking at the beginning of the next year. So this is a good song. I'm going to end on this high note and then go dance it out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.